Everyone, welcome back to part 2 of learning Django, which is a web framework for Python. So here we will be looking into CRUD operations. So as you can see, this is my Django app running and I have created one HTML page, and this first job which you are seeing comes from my database. And if I click on view details, I am able to see view details for this particular job. Now you can create more jobs if you want to. So the first thing which you will have to do is you will again have to create a new folder. So I have created a folder called third. You can name it whatever you feel like. Then you will have to open your terminal and cd to your particular folder which you have created. Then I have created a virtual environment. Now we need to activate that particular virtual environment. To activate it, you can run this command. Then we need to install Django. So I have run pip install Django. Then we need to create our config project. So for that I have run Django admin start project. Now this name can be anything, but typically it is named as Django, and don't forget this dot as well, and just click on enter. And here as you can see, this config folder will be created for you. Next we need to create our app inside this. So for that you can just run python manage.py start app, and this name job underscore board, it can be anything, but it's better if you keep the same name just so that you can easily follow with me. So once you run this command, you should see this job underscore board folder as well. Then we need to go to config settings.py, and here we need to add this job underscore board. This is the first thing which we need to add our app to this. We also need to add Django contrib humanize. So this is basically a library which helps us to format HTML code. So suppose I want to display this particular title, right? So the first character should be uppercase, and after space the first character should be uppercase, and for salary there should be a comma after the last 3 digits, so on and so forth. So it helps us for better formatting. That's why I've added this. Next where were we? So yeah, next we will have to go to job underscore board and models.py. Just a second, just close all this settings.py. okay, next we'll have to go to job underscore board, and here you will have to create this file called models.py. now this is how a model is basically like a table inside our database. So here you can see that we have a SQLite database. So all our this is by default created, so we don't have to worry too much about it, and it will automatically create a table for us as well once we create migration for this particular model. So this job posting model will be created inside our SQLite database. So here you can see this table has a title, it has a description, it has a company name, salary, and is active. By default is active is field. Again, this is a boolean field, integer, car field or character field, and this is a text field, and this is a car field as well. Next what you will have to do is you will have to go to job underscore board views.py. so here we will create two methods. So one for our index page which I have shown you, and one for detail page. So once user clicks on particular job, he is redirected to the detail page. So for that we have to create two methods. So here I have created the index method, and this helps us. So this is a kind of a query, just like we write SQL queries to fetch all data from the database. This is something like that, but here what I'm doing is I'm only fetching those jobs which are currently active. So is active should be equal to true, then only I'm fetching that particular list of jobs. And once I have those list of jobs, currently inside my database I have only one job, that's why you are seeing only one, and then I'm just assigning it to our context and then passing that context over job underscore board index.html file. Okay, we have already seen this in last video. Similarly, for getting a job detail, you can use get object or 404. So if the object is present, then you will get proper object, otherwise you will get a 404 page. okay, and here we pass the primary key for that particular object. So primary key for SQLite typically starts from 1 2 3 4, okay, and here is active is equal to true. And again, once we get that particular job, we assign it to a context and then we pass it to our HTML file. Next we need to go to urls.py in job board. So here you can see I have imported this from our view index as well as job detail, and for base path we have assigned index, and this job detail should be located at job followed by the primary key, and the primary key is of type int, and the name I have given it as home. If you want you can give it index as well, but then you will have to change inside the HTML as well. And for this job underscore detail I have given the name as job dash detail, okay, be careful. Next I have added urls.py inside config urls.py. so you will have to go to the config, and here you can see I have imported no, nothing to import. I think already all imports are present, but by default path equal to include, it is I am telling like whatever is inside the URLs of our job board, include those paths, and there we will do all that particular mapping. So here we have done all the particular we don't have to do mapping it inside all the urls.config in case if you have multiple apps. So once that is done, we will have to create templates folder inside job underscore board. Now this name is very important, and inside that I have created a folder called job underscore board, and I have created 3 files: underscore base.html, index.html, and detail.html. And if you see underscore base.html, this is like normal HTML5 format, but here I have added one h1 of job board, and I have taken one container, and whatever other HTML files you have, they would like inherit from this base HTML, and that would be displayed inside this content, okay. So if you see over here, this job and job board title is from our underscore base.html, and if I am in view details, here you can see the path is job underscore 1, and even if I click on job board, it goes back to the previous page. So that's what I have done over here. Now this home name should be the same whatever you have given it inside where was it, urls.py, I guess, yeah, yes. So this name should be same, that's why it redirects me to the home page or the base page. Next now index.html will come over here. Similarly for detail.html, all contents will come over here. So here you can see I am using Tailwind CSS for styling, so I have imported that. If you don't want to use Tailwind CSS, it's fine. Next, inside index.html, firstly we are loading our underscore base.html, then we are loading the humanize Django library which we have imported, and then we have to also add this block content. So underscore base.html knows where the content starts and where the contents end, so here it ends. Next these are like normal Tailwind CSS properties. So here I am just we get this job underscore postings, right? So if you remember side views, so here you can see we get this variable job underscore posting, which is a list of all the job postings. So we are just looping over it, doing a for loop, and here you can see I have creating an href tag. Now this is job detail, right? That's why I'm used job detail over here, and followed by posting.pk, which is the primary key. Now this is fine, and here you can see I'm using that humanize library which we have used. Like posting.title, you can keep it something like this, you don't need to write this, but this pipe operator and followed by the title, it makes proper title for you, like the first character is uppercase and all that stuff, we don't have to worry. Similarly for posting.salary, here you can see I have used int comma. Now you can check the humanized documentation on what all pipe operators are there. Similarly I have just displayed posting.company as well, and here is the view details, and here our for loop ends. Similarly for detail.html. I have imported underscore base.html. I have imported humanize, and this is our block content starts. Here it ends, and as you can see, I have created one go back button and it goes to the home page. This, and here I'm just displaying our title, company, salary, description. If you want, you can use the pipe operator for title as well from humanize. Okay, next what you will have to do is you will again have to open your terminal and cd to your project. Make sure virtual environment is activated, and you will have to run this command. So it will first create migrations, and then you will have to run this command. So this will actually create this table for you, this model which we created, job posting model. It will create a table for you inside your SQLite database. Now we will add data using the admin user interface later on, but quickly to show you how to create one single entry inside your job posting table, what you can do is you can run this command. So this will open a shell for you. A shell is basically like you can write some code inside your shell and execute it inside the shell itself, like inside your terminal. So once you run this command, the shell will open. Okay, and then you can import your job posting, something like this. Now to create a job, you can just do job posting.objects.create, pass some title, description, company, salary, and at least keep the is active to true. Otherwise you won't see any job posting inside your web app, because we had added that check right is active to true. Okay, that's why. And once you're done with this, you just run this command exit. It will kick you out of the shell, and then you can run your server, python manage.py, run server, and you should be able to see something like this. So the next step which we have to do is we'll have to create this super user. So you can just go to your terminal and run this command, python manage.py create super user, and it will ask you for a username, email, and password. You can give whatever you feel like. Once you do that, you can go to localhost :8000. Again, you will have to run your server using this command, python manage.py run server. So this command, and once you run your server, you can go to localhost :8000/admin, and here you will see something like this, but you won't be able to see your job boards. So for that, what you will have to do is you will have to go to admin of your job board folder, and here you will have to register your job posting. So for that, you can just do from dot models import job posting, and you will have to register your job posting. Once you do that, again if it is not visible, just close your server and run it again, and here you should be able to see your job postings. Now your job postings, if you click on this job postings, it won't look like this. You will see job posting object, but if you click on it, you would be able to see your particular job posting. Now if you want to beautify this, what you will have to do, you will have to go to models.py, and here you will have to add this def __str__self, and inside return you can return whatever you feel like. So whatever you want to display over here, you can display that. So if you just want the title, you can just write self.title. You don't need to write all of this stuff. Okay, so here you can see now if you want to create a job posting, you can just click on add job posting, add whatever you feel like. Third, I'll just keep it simple, third, and salary is 10, is active, is true. Okay, and I click on save, and if I go to localhost :8000 now, if I click on refresh, here you can see my third job posting has been added, and if I click on view details, I'm able to see the view details. And similar way, if you want, you can delete the job posting, like clicking on the delete button. If you want to update it, you can do that and click on the save button as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.